Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at work, energy, and power. So, what is work? Work is defined as the product of force and the distance moved in the direction of the force. It is the product of force and the distance moved in the direction of the force, right? Product in mathematics simply means multiplication. It means times. So work is simply a product or a multiplication of the force and the distance moved in the direction of the force. So mathematically, work done, which is W, is equal to F times D, where F is the force and D is the distance, right? So it is just the product of the force, work done, is equal to force times distance. It is simply the product of force and the distance moved in the direction of the force, right? It is measured in joules. Work done is measured in joules. So if I have a ball here, right, and I decide to move this ball from this point A to this point B, right? So this ball is having, so this is point B. This ball is having a weight. That weight represents the force. So if I move this ball from here to this point B, the weight of the ball, which represents the force, times the distance from A to B is known as what? Work done. So work is the product of force and the distance moved in the direction of the force, and it is measured in joules. So if, for instance, I have a box M, and this box I'm applying a force that is at an angle to the horizontal. So this is the horizontal line, right? This is a horizontal line, and this is a vertical line. From left to right is horizontal, from up to down is vertical, right? So if I apply a force on this box, if the force is acting at an angle, and this is the angle, theta, to the horizontal, then my work done will be equal to force times distance times cos theta, where theta is the angle at which this force is acting, right? So let's look at example. A force of 2 Newton pushes a box 5 meters forward. Calculate the work done. So the first thing I would want to do here is to fish out the parameters. So the question is a force of 20 Newton. So the force is equal to what? 20 Newton. A force of 20 Newton pushes a box 5 meters forward. So the distance, 5 meters represents the distance. It pushes it 5 meters forward. So that represents the distance. So distance is equal to what? 5 meters. The question is calculate the work done. So what we're looking for is what? Work done. So from the formula that we've got before, work done is equal to what? Force times distance, right? So that will be equal to, our force is 20 Newton times the distance is what? 5 meters. So 20 times 5, that will be equal to 100. And work done is measured in what? In joule. So that will be equal to 100 joules. This is the answer to this question, right? Very simple and straightforward.